Hey guys, this is Tigers coming back to you with episode 43 of Minecraft New Adventures. And every time I record a new adventures, even though I've not in the definition of some people's app, two big YouTubers that did Minecraft series, Stampy and SP737, they did hundreds, almost thousands episodes. I think Stampy did 900 and something, and SB on his Awesome World did 5 something. And 43 isn't a lot, but to me it's what episode I'm actually on. It also doesn't help the fact of I'm now running 2 Minecraft series. And guys, thanks for all the support of Craftmon, episode 1. I'm sorry to delay on that. Hopefully they'll all be out Fridays, but most Fridays I'm not going to be able to check. So if they're not out from Fridays from now on, when I set them to premiere, when I set them to be scheduled to release, I'll basically just have to do what I've done last time. But we are getting close to day 400, and we need to sleep, but first we need to go and jump. Now it kind of still looks a bit weird, but I kind of like it. But yeah guys, so the new series that I essentially was being secret about for not that long was Craftmon. Craftimon. I'm just going to stick to saying Craftmon, but it will just be Craftimon. Basically, the title is I want to say word for word from the add-on pack. So there will be a new episode there on Friday, and as long as the episodes still keep doing as good as they are, I will carry on releasing them. But if it does get to a point where they are starting to, I don't mind. I love doing it. It's a really fun series to start doing. But if it does become a point where 1, I'm not enjoying it, 2, it's not performing as good as it could be, that will be the point where I'm like, guys, this is the end. Taking a break. See how it goes. Plus, it gives me the ability to do 1 video per week, which is a nice little thing. Plus, you get more from me doing how I'm currently am. Because guys, if I was doing essentially New Adventures as a video series, Crafting would be a potential once every so often upload. It probably would potentially just be. It's not the most complicated thing to film at the minute. At some point, it probably will. But thankfully for the first episode, I was able to record for just over most of what I recorded was actually in the video, which was nice. Yes, it meant I had a really easy time editing, but there was only a bit I had to take out. But it's time to come and double check on the chickens to make sure they're still. Look at that. But yeah, guys, so if you want to see more Craftmon episodes, subscribe, all that lot. They'll be out on Fridays, and if you want to get the notification, subscribe to the channel. Plus, Craftmon is basically just me being me. I'm the exact same in New Adventures, I'm the exact same on Overwatch, I'm the exact same in Marvel Rivals. And speaking of Overwatch 2 updates tomorrow, Season 18 comes out tomorrow, and yes, I will be streaming. Potentially for longer, I don't actually know. Oh, you poor chickens. Chicken, I'm so sorry. But yeah, there is no roof. It's just this nice pink slabbed roof, which was done before I decided to then cage it up like a building. But, yeah. Completely forgot what I was saying. So, yeah, guys, I do know about... I want to say most, if not all, the new Overwatch 2 news. So I believe they look like another player for like a very split second. Also, guys, if anyone did see the last episode, you'll realize this. I've not fixed it. Don't plan to. I don't remember there being... I'm pretty sure I heard a creeper explosion. I'm pretty sure I took it as nothing. That was it. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing something being like, I don't see no hole, it's mine. But I'm presuming it was this. Could I fix it? Yes. Am I going to? Kinda don't want to. Because at this point, I kind of more than happy enough just to leave it as an abandoned wrecked building. Now getting to the main agenda today. We've got an enchantment room that we need to fix. And by we, I mean me. But I also need a lot more wheat. Also, guys, it's nice to know the fact that every single time that I've been saying when streaming Marvel Rivals, like playing Luna Snow, like, I know, guys, I'm playing way too much of it, I know, but I enjoy playing Luna Snow and she's really fun to play. How then when I post a short being like, see, guys, it was kind of a case of, guys, I got play of the game, but this is like a really dumb reason for me to get play of the game, like, I got MVP from this, but, like, I'm literally getting shot and end up dying at the end of it. If you're not seeing it, go and check out the short, or check out the video. Guys, the video and short are literally the identical thing. I wanted to see which one was going to do better, and as I should have expected, based on the fact of my own, I want to say preferences, but not really. But based on the fact of what I typically do, if I'm sitting on TikTok and scrolling, I will randomly come across a video, and every so often I will just stay and watch that video. Compared to if I see a random video on YouTube, I'm potentially going to watch it, potentially not. See, guys, for me, thumbnails have never really been that much. I don't want to say that much of a big thing, because they are, but, like, if I see a video, I will either A, click on it because I think it's cool, or B, be like, oh, that looks fun and intriguing. Yes, the thumbnails do play a really big part, and I'm not going to say they don't. Guys, it kind of does bug me in the fact of I couldn't, because I did, but then decided just to do it straight. But the only reason I can't is because it's there, and I don't want to take that path. And I'm not changing a little bit of a path just to ease myself. Just to make something different. I'm not being annoying for the sake of being annoying. I think that's potential. First, we are going to go into sleep. Because it is raining. And while I might have willingly spent a good few hours out in the rain before now, damn it. I don't enjoy it. I would say a long story, guys, but basically a short story. Back in college, Blue Ninja basically played D&D. He then got me back into it like late last year. But guys, when I say my first response to it was, only way I'm playing D&D is if I am literally not, like, if I've got alcohol and like aren't physically like responsible for stuff. Like, my definition was, I'm not doing this because it's D&D. Yeah, I didn't realize the fact of, hold on, wait a minute. Because, guys, yes, my first response was, you buy me alcohol, then sure. And before anyone questions it, one, I'm 22, which feels a lot older than I'm saying it. Two, in Britain, we can drink at age of 18. And three, I'm pretty sure everyone who I know who drinks has been doing it since they were like 12. Because, guys, it is a running joke in Britain that, you know, British people drink when they're like 1 year old. Not completely that low, it's like 10 or 12, but guys, when I say it's more of a case of that people make a judgment call, and you know, they parent their own kids. Which, I don't really want to get to the topic of, you know, parenting your own kid, because then that gets me into a conversation of the Online Safety Act, and I'm not going into conversation about the Online Safety Act. And the reason I'm never going to go into a conversation about the Online Safety Act is, I've seen creators willingly get their videos told, this is not, you can't post stuff like this in UK because it validates the Online Safety Act. I'm not going to go into topics about it, because I don't want to deal with those hurdles. Now, another news, did I finish what I think I did? Because I'm going to try and make that tent I've been saying I'm going to make for a while. I did. All honesty, guys, I couldn't be happier how this room turned out. Like, the dark wood fits kind of really nicely. And why I could have done a striped pattern, I didn't want to be boring. Like, I did a striped wall, and then I did like a polka dot pattern on the roof. Does it still annoy me how, if you actually go and look, you can tell that there's glowstone, but you can also tell the fact there are several not damp, but like darker spots? Yeah. I wish there wasn't, but what can you do about it? But first things first, I'm gonna chop that down. I will replant a few. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that should slightly restock my bamboo. Also, guys, yes, I know I'm using stone axe. Basically, last episode, if you didn't see, for a good while, I basically, not counting the iron blocks, because why I could, and if I needed to, I would. I have a tiny bit of iron left without taking out blocks. But the reason I don't want to start taking dismantling blocks is because if I just spend an hour, not even that, like 20, 30 minutes outside my iron farm, I would get more than what I've got in blocks. More than likely. I'd probably get a couple stacks within about an hour. It's 9 per block. And I really don't want to do the math. But yeah, guys, so if you are enjoying Craftmon, if you are enjoying the series, like and subscribe. Okay, I want to Silk Touch pickaxe now. See, bigger question is, can I get a Silk Touch pickaxe? I don't have the 30 levels, makes no difference. This way it's going to be a case of, yeah, I can get Silk Touch. If I can get Silk Touch 1, I'm not going to do it on my diamond. I would just do it on the iron. Like, I don't want to remake a thingy. Even though it's not a pain, I just really don't want to. Yeah. But yeah, guys, there are a few things that have happened in New Adventures that I've been like, did I do that? I don't remember doing that. And just because don't want to be annoying, and I'm going to be more annoying than I really need to. You go in there. You go in there. Yeah, all you get from them is charcoal, which is kind of annoying. Six and wood. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that can spend its time in my inventory, but before that, we'll go from there. If I'm building that world, yeah, I'm grabbing my shears. Should have when I had the chance. So guys, like every so often, if I've got a couple of people online, I generally expect them to essentially start speaking. I expect the party to be set up. But in this case, it hasn't been. In all honesty, I don't like the lime green. I potentially might end up doing spots with it, or using it for something else, but now part of me kind of wants to have it come out ever so slightly. Am I wrong for wanting... For kind of wanting to... Although I know what I am wrong for doing it that high. It looks stupid. I'm kind of going for somewhat more of a weirder. You know, no, I'm just going to go slightly poking out the back. Just so I think it's slightly poking out looks a bit nicer than a complete flat. Plus, it does still give me some room to move. And I do still need one more for there. And... Actually, I need a couple more. In all honesty, guys, if I don't like how this tent design is going to look, I will just go back to how it was. But I at least want to try it. Wee. That's personally, I think it kind of looks nice. Now, will I basically end up keeping this for like 30 seconds and turn around at the end and be like, yeah, it kind of looks horrible? Potentially, who knows? Me and change don't exactly go hand to hand. No, I really don't. Like, part of me's like, I should love it, I should really try and like it. But the other part of me's like, why don't I just build a fence? Don't get me wrong, I think it does look nice, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But what I will do is, I will actually leave it up until night. I'll also need to put Probably would help if the thing was completely done. If dark oak doesn't make a difference, then I might not. Who knows? You. I mean, I don't hate it. Pretend for a second that's just a campfire. It's not the world's pain. A biggest pain in the ass to get into. As soon as it becomes night, I will basically make a choice. At this point in time, I'm like, yeah, no, I want to tear it down. Like, I want to tear that thing down. You know what? I'm gonna go on a nice little slaughtering mission. I'm gonna go for a nice little wander, see if I can. Just because at this point, it feels like it'd be easier just to track down a stronghold. You know, the very thing that's, you know, like 10,000 blocks away at the minimum. Enough said. Although I will say, after I finish with the enchantment room, I have no idea what my next project is. Part of me wishes I did bring a dragon. Another part of me is like, I can just pull one in. Does show her name. Just for when I do the thumbnail. Every so often for like new adventures and that lot, I do kind of go and try and do custom thumbnails. But a lot of the time, the ones YouTube give me an option for, I like anyway. And there's generally not much of a difference between what I would have done and compared to that. And sometimes they are better than what I would have done. That's kind of really cool. So also the reason I'm on Stormfly is because I've not used it for a while. I've not used any dragons for a while, but yeah. my dragon actually choosing to live on a tree? Armadillos! At some point I probably will set up a pen, like just a nice like farm sort of land area where I can have a bunch of creatures. Because it would be nice to have at least a couple of each of them. I sort of have the typical, these are pet sort of things. Like I've got horses, I've got chickens, I've got cows, I've got sheep, I've got pigs. I've got flying fire-breathing lizards. Also, anyone who wants to have the argument of they're not lizards, have it with the people who made How to Train Your Dragon. Because those are the people who call them fire-breathing lizards. Also, I'm pretty sure by definition they are, but I could be wrong. I thought that I could easily enough mine iron, but it's like a principle at this point. Well trained. Or I didn't give it that much time to actually react. I'm gonna go with the well trained part because it makes me look better. I've got enough to make like 3 more books, which is enough to make 1 more bookshelf. It's kind of the reason I want the looting sword. In all honesty, if I can go back with double, I'd be happy. I've got an emerald! And I probably should mine the iron. Guys, the reason I typically don't, unless I am just doing a mining trip, which I think at some point I might have to again, is because of the fact that I see it as one simple way. Why go mining when I can stand in a hole and do nothing for like an hour and get a better result? Like, mining on New Adventure is one of those things where I'm definitely a case of, is it worth it? I'm gonna fly back. Oh no, I've fell from my dragon, what will I ever... Splat. Okay, it's staying. I am just gonna grab all the leather I have. Do I not have none? I'm presuming I don't. The tent has actually grown on me. And it is kind of more secure. Guys, every time I walk past this, I think I should fix it. It wouldn't be hard. Oak, oak, cobblestone, oak, oak, glass, glass. But every time, this place just feels haunted at this point. The snow golems got light originally. The new snow golems didn't got light because of something. Considering I actually do need levels, I probably really shouldn't. But I can't be asked to make lava. I'll go grab some lava. Plus, it does literally mean that I don't need coal. Guys, don't worry, Stormfly is right outside. Look, told you guys, right outside. Also, guys, we've done it. We've passed 400 days. Woo woo. Okay, stuff like here you go. Actually, that reminds me of something. Before I start recording, Craftmon this week, I do need to date days played off. Because, guys, I have it on for New Adventures and I have it on in Quest. Just as in case of how many days. But for Craftmon, I'd rather it not be kept as a tracker. Plus, I think it'll be fun watching people try and guess. Don't get me wrong, I loved Stormfly at the beginning. Really handy, really cool, happy to have one. Kinda remember why I stopped using it. No offense, Stormfly, but you definitely feel slow. And I don't just mean slow, I mean really slow. Because I could be quicker walking. I can't remember the last time I had to make an enchantment room. Actually, yes, I can. Because I remember in Quest when I did it, and I don't think either the enchantment rooms in Quest were made on camera. No, not the shiny all over again. Oh, okay. Guys, basically, I consider this my worst shiny fail ever. I was shiny hunting, I think, for Sourcebug. I think. Like, no damage, like, nothing, just I had an outbreak for one. And a shiny... Can't think of what it's called now. Basically, Flygon's the first stage. That thing had shown up, and I accidentally click. Because in Scarlet and Violet, the quickest shiny method is the picnic method. You go to an area, you either have it powered up for a sandwich, or you have like an outbreak for something, and you picnic reset the areas. It's like the quickest way to do it in Scarlet and Violet. And one popped up, and it's like, wait, hold on, that's green. And it's like, and I went to save. Always save, because if you fail, there's an odd chance. Now, before I'd failed this, my only other time failing a shiny was a shiny Alola Geodude, which wouldn't have been able to evolve anyway. Not easily anyway. Because for a good while, basically, if you had two switches and like 2 copies of the Scarlet and Violet, you used to basically be able to switch between, have one copy in each, and then basically trade to yourself to evolve things. It's how I completed the Scarlet and Violet Pokedex. Because they put an annoying bloody Pokemon known as villains in there that needs to be traded evolved. I spent so long trying to evolve that thing. But yeah, so before the fail of... I cannot go down and remember its name. But I will double check now. Pokedex, Blueberry Academy. Trapinch, that was it. I was shiny hunting for Sourcebug because I wanted to get a shiny Sourcebug. To this day, I don't think they exist. Could I technically get a shiny Sourcebug in Pokemon Violet? Yeah, but I don't want to evolve my Deerling because I don't. Plus, if I find a shiny Sourcebug, and after I evolve my shiny, it seems so much more annoying. So before the shiny Trapinch fail, it was a shiny Geodude, and I failed it. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure I saved my game. I accidentally KO'd it, reset my game, and the thing wasn't there. So what I'm presuming happened was I'm presuming I didn't save my game, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm normally good when it comes to it. Oh look! Massacred Lake. Basically guys, right after I got Toothless, I went on a massacre of destroying everything, destroying loads of stuff in the water, not realizing it was actually really close to my base. I know, Stonefly. I really should fly him a lot more, but 9 times out of 10, it's like I've not gotten to a point where I need to. At some point, I will do an adventure episode where, for like a month's worth of episode, no, 2 weeks worth of episodes, I will literally go stupid file that way, stupid file that way, stupid file that way, stupid file that way. Six more is 6 more plus. I potentially could get looting, and if I do, I will spend like the next 5-10 minutes just trying to get looting. If it's a case of I can. Basically, guys, in between episodes, I'm gonna try and do some grinding and basically get up to at least enough to do like 3, potentially 4 straight up max sort of level sort of things. I can always fix it with an anvil, which would mean making an anvil, which I already have. I'd probably get back to almost 27. I reckon by the end of it, I'll probably be at like 24. I'm taking that. Sharpness 2, Fire Aspect 1, Unbreaking 3. Guys, it's basically the very baby stage of what I would want one at. Just for the funds? Yeah. Not that I'm going to... Yeah, no. I'm going to wait to get to 30. And I'll repair that, and I'm going to go and try and repair this now. Just because I've wanted looting for so long. And why it might only be looting 1, I'm taking it. That would cost me 2. Do I take the risk? I'm taking the risk. Worst case scenario, I just use 2 more iron. Basically, 2 iron was either going to get me almost fixed sword, but for 2 iron and 1 stick to make a new sword, it did get me a complete fixed sword. So... we take the wins when we get the wins. Do I have any emeralds? I do, I have a few. I really should start paying more attention to what I have. The only annoying part about that pole is it's more annoying to sort of move around it, but accurate, because most tents have like a pole in the middle or have poles around the outside. And why I could have easily enough just taken all 4 and just, you know, pegged them in like here, here, and like here, I did not want to. Although I will say, if I ever do decide just to move that in, I've then got to move so much more in. I like the kind of poofier back because it looks a bit more like rumpled, tumpled, and all that lot. Guys, I see a tent and I think used. I think it's been worn. I think it's been, you know, strong against some of the toughest weathers. I don't think this is brand new and I've never used it. I think tents should look like they've been used, that they've had adventures. And for the most part, this does definitely do it. Also, the reason I wanted looting was just because of the simple fact of it's going to be so much more handier getting leather. Six. Now, what I was going to do in between episodes was get up to level 30, but I'm going to wait until I can full on enchant. Are you full on telling me that got me 6 more pieces? Actually, I probably only should have bought 3, considering I can only do 1 more level 16 enchantment. But if I get looting 1, I can then pull it onto that to get looting 2. See, part of me wants to turn around and say, I don't remember making the diamond sword. Part of me wants to turn around and say, keep it, because then that's sharpness 3, fire respect 2, and still unbreaking 3, but part of me said, no, I can do better. What I will do in between episodes is not necessarily try and get that up to... I might try and get that up to... I might do a few enchantments in between episodes, because it's not going to take me that long. I don't have a great way to get XP, but like I'm pretty sure I could just spend... I need to go after gunpowder anyway, which is the ultimate reason I wanted to, you know, looting it. I want to say looting too. So, but as the sun sets, guys, I'd love to turn around and say in between episodes I'm going to do this, and this. But like I've got what Overwatch I don't need to plan for this week, and I don't typically plan anyway. I go with the flow with Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. Because I would love to turn around and say, yes, I go in and plan to win 6 games of comp straight in a row. Yeah, it's never going to work out. I go with the flow for both of them. The easiest way to do it. Crafting more, I've got to think what I'm doing this week. Probably building a base. Probably going to try and catch some new things, but you know, you'll find out when that comes out. More specifically, once I recorded it and it comes out, because I'm not done that yet. But that won't be until Wednesday, and tomorrow will be the new Overwatch 2 update. For my last game of the season, which I played earlier for my dailies, it didn't really feel any different. It never does. Part of me was kind of tempted to stream yesterday or some Overwatch, but when I was like, I really don't, I could, but I wouldn't be chucking 100% into it. So, in the end, I decided not to. Also, guys, if you've not seen the new Craftmon episode, go watch it. It was really fun to record, and it was really fun getting back into recording. And if you want to see me play the game as Lunar Snow, go and check it out. I'm also, now that I've remembered, I probably will just try and double check my Marvel Rival gallery, just to see if I can find my Psylocke play the game, and if I can, I'll try and get it uploaded for tomorrow. But either way, guys, this is Tigress. If I'm going to do it right, I should do it right. This is Tigress signing off. Hope you've enjoyed. Been a kind of productive day, but yeah, could have been worse, could have been better. Either way, this is Tigress signing off. Hope you enjoy. See you next time. Bye.